Hey guys, you're welcome again to another exciting time on this channel, and I have a wonderful topic to share with you all: understanding the dramatic lighting for fitness photography. With me I have a fitness male model, Kotingo. He'll be running through his different training programs while I take photographs of each of those programs, explaining the lighting setup I used. So look out for this video on the next scene. Don't forget to leave a comment down the comment section of this video, like, and most importantly subscribe as I reach your 1K hallmark. Let's get into it real quick. On the first light setup, we have him showing his back muscles. So I have my main light set at 45 degrees to the side, not directly opposite his back, while the back light is set sideways in front of him so as to give a highlight underneath his arms, together with the shadow that gives us a dramatic lighting on the image. Note that the shape of the subject is an essential part in shooting fitness photography, so have that in mind when setting up your lights to get every detail of the body with the help of the highlights and shadows. After shooting the back of the subject, I had him to turn slightly behind facing the camera so as to get details of his side and a little of his front body, and still with the same light setup I had. And this was the result of the pictures. The next program the model got into had me resetting my lights, as I had my backlight set to the side of his back, not directly behind him as you can see here, and my main light raised to a 45 degree length slightly in front of him to my left, so I can achieve a dramatic light on the subject. Note, you can adjust the exposure on your camera settings to achieve your desired outcome on the image. This is the result of the pictures we had from this second light setup. On the third setup, the model started a chest program, so I figured out setting my backlight to give a little highlights on his rib and side arm, while the main light was set to show the parts of the body he was working on, together with some of the muscles on his abs, creating a light definition and shadows that gives us a dramatic light setup. This is the result of the light setup on the final images. The fourth light setup on our model showcases every part and details of his front body. Main light is raised above the subject a little bit to his left side, while the back light is set directly behind him so as to show his back details through the reflection on the mirror behind him. For the fifth light setup, the model was about doing an arm and bicep program, so I adjusted my main light a bit further back to reduce a high amount of light on the areas pressure is being applied to, and leaving a bit of shadow to the side below his left chest. While I moved the backlight a bit closer to his back to give his back arm a bit of highlights that will leave a small amount of shadow on the side of the arm, creating a dramatic lighting on the subject once again. Here are the pictures for this fifth light setup. For the sixth light setup, the model got into using the dumbbell, so I set my backlight to the side behind the subject. Then the main light was set to the side in front of the subject, raised slightly above him at around 45 degrees, emphasizing the details of his upper body and arm, leaving us with a bit of shadow on his rib and lower body, causing that dramatic lighting effect on the image. For the seventh setup, we had the model sitting up and flexing his muscles. So the ideal way I came up with achieving a dramatic light setup was for me to set the main light above the subject, a bit to the side, exposing the details on his chest, arms, shoulders, thighs and abs, which now leave shadows underneath his chest and arms that gives us a nice definition of the muscles shredded behind his back. As you can see, my backlight didn't do much, but only helped me in revealing the back of the subject on the mirror behind him, and added a bit of highlights to the arm of the model as he changed his posing styles. Note, I had to adjust my main light not too far from the subject, but I maintained the position on the side to achieve what seemed nice to the image. The 8th light setup was determined by the program the model got into. My main light setup was sitting not directly in front of the subject but to the side, just above him, to show his facial and top shoulders, including his thigh. And I had my backlight set not directly behind the subject but to the side, so as to give highlight and show the details on his back, not leaving out the shadows that causes for a proper definition of his muscles. These are the results from the 8 light setup we had. For the last light setup, I did not have to do much because it was an outdoor program the model was engaged in. I simply used the clamshell method of light setup to achieve the desired look I wanted for this image. Note, I had to tweak the settings on my camera also to balance the amount of light I have outdoor with my off-camera flash.
Oh man, it was actually great out here, you know. We created magic, iconic shit with my main man, Kotingo. Man, we did it.
Yeah, we did, man.
Don't forget to link up for your personal training sessions via his social media.
At Kotingo Official on Instagram and Doye Kotingo on YouTube. Do subscribe, follow, yeah.
And don't forget to keep up with my channel. Like this video, leave a comment and subscribe as I bring you more quality content for your photography enhancement and training. So, see you next time and bye for now.